Sunni scholar, he doesn't hold the Shia view.
Yes.
And he mentions this as a proof, but he doesn't reject it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
It is not his view.
It's not his view.
No.
Yeah, and he clearly doesn't claim...
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't claim ignorance of the verse
No.
either. No. So there's a Sunni interpretation of the verse, which is not that interpretation. So in other words, he's using that in jest.
He doesn't answer it.
No, he's mocking. He's using that in jest.
If he was mocking, he should have answered it.
No, he doesn't need to. Are you claiming that he claims to be ignorant of the meaning of the verse?
Imam Baydawi?
Yes.
I think he very well understands it, and that's why he's pointed out that the whole point on the supremacy of Ali ibn Abi Talib.
So he understands that verse as you understand it?
No.
No.
He understands it probably even better than myself.
No. So he has an interpretation other than what you're claiming?
No, he doesn't mention it. Go and check it. Once you've read it, then come back, please. Okay. If you haven't read it, I've only mentioned a reference. I'm not fighting with you. I'm not debating.
Okay, fair enough. We'll leave that point. Yeah. Secondly, you said that the Shia actually respect the Sahaba. I'd beg to differ on that. There's a lot of evidence to the contrary. Yeah? And my main, this is 2 points I've picked up from what you said, but my main point is that you say that the status, because of the status of Ahlul Bayt, is a divinely chosen succession. And obviously, if that's known by the community today, it's been known by the Shia community throughout time. So that, would you agree that it must have been known by the Sahaba themselves as a body of people who understood the Arabic and were around at the time, that the succession after the Prophet ﷺ is that for the Ahlul Bayt, and the rejection of that command is a direct rejection of a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's Allah's will that after the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is the leadership belongs to the Ahlul Bayt. So what's your view about, that's what I want to hear, basically why the main body of the Sahaba turned against this command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is known, I would say, better by them than you. Because known by you, this seats belong to the Ahlul Bayt. It must have been known by them. So what would lead Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman to reject the command of Allah for this seat? What would have incited them, like money, position, for example? And where would they have seen themselves as far as going to Jannah and Jahannam and the sacrifices they have made so far? What's your view on that? What is the Shia mainstream view on that?
Okay. As far as our concept or the belief about the Sahaba is concerned, we respect the Sahaba who were with the Holy Prophet, respected the Holy Prophet within his lifetime, after his death, and were supportive of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, and respected them. So we respect all of those Sahaba, and we have never ever objected to them. Amongst the Sahaba themselves, they were present who continuously objected and arose this question. They continuously arose this whole concept that it should go to Ali ibn Abi Talib, and this dispute was present within the lifetime of the first three Khulafa, Ali himself, after Ali ibn Abi Talib, in the times of the Banu Umayyads, in the times of the Bani Abbas. It existed throughout. So it is not something new. The whole concept existed straight after the Holy Prophet. That's where the whole dispute arose from, on the succession of the Holy Prophet. The history itself is present. You can read the history books. None of the Sunni history books will reject that the dispute was not present amongst the Sahaba themselves. So the Sahaba themselves had this dispute on the succession of the Holy Prophet. Wow.
But that's not the point I'm trying to make. Is I'm talking about not a dispute about who would best be succeeding the Prophet ﷺ. The dispute you're claiming is on principle, not which individual. Is that nobody has a right other than Ahlul Bayt, and the main body of the Sahaba gave bay'ah to Abu Bakr and Uthman. They fought jihad behind these people, and they died under the leadership of these people all over the Muslim world, conquering land, spreading the deen. So the point I'm trying to make is that they accepted the leadership of these people, knowing, because the Arabic was better than yours, they lived in the time and it was revealed in their time. They knew, according to you, every single one of them knew that this succession was for Ali. So as soon as the Prophet ﷺ died, they openly and blatantly, for some gain, took themselves, and guaranteed themselves a seat in Jahannam. Abu Bakr took the fire, rejected Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after everything he had done. So did Umar and Ali, according to you, and he was supported by the vast majority. They took commanders, some of them become walis, some of them judges, they accepted their authority. So the question I'm trying to say is, how do you see this? Because you can't on the one hand say that we respect the Sahaba. I personally would have no respect for somebody of such knowledge, such high caliber, such proximity to the Prophet ﷺ, who immediately upon his death throws his message in the bin like this. Takes a seat in Jahannam simply for worldly good. You see, because I don't know how we see it in Shia history, but I don't think you see Abu Bakr as a man who made many palaces for himself, who made, for example, much land and much. So I don't understand what he had to gain for this seat. Why did he take Jahannam rather than Jannah after what he had done? And why the main body of the Sahaba supported him in this? That's the point I'm trying to ask you. Because he must understand.
Before Maulana, just one thing. This forum is for question and answer, not for debate. And Maulana will ask, but please make your question brief so that we know what you're really asking, so that Maulana can answer and other people can answer the question, ask the question.
Okay. I'm not sure how long we will continue. Probably another half an hour. 15 minutes?
Up to these people.
Okay. Because last week we had ended at about 9:15, so I just want to take a few more questions after this as well. Okay, now, I'm going to briefly make the point, our A'imma alayhi salam, that we believe to be the divinely chosen Imams, from Ali to Mahdi, 12 Imams. You are not present here. When you're saying that there are 4 Khulafa Rashideen, we have already given you a hadith from Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim and Tirmidhi. 1 in Sahih Bukhari, 6 in Sahih Muslim, and many in other hadith books, that there will be 12 successors. Not 4, 12 successors. Ithna Ashara Khalifatan. When you are giving the concept of 4 Khulafa, where do you bring it from? Okay, fine. All the Sunni brothers do. Khulafa Rashideen are 4. Okay? I am answering it. Don't jump the gun, please. How do we answer this whole concept of 4 or 12? Number 1. Number 2, if all of these people... Okay.
You wanted to know why I expanded from my question?
No, did we read the hadith first about the 12? Because they were not present then.
Okay. Our A'imma alayhi salam, the 12 Imams.
See the Sahaba as a body. What caused them to deviate in such a manner?
To keep the
That's
peace.
my question.
Mike did it. Keep the peace, that's why he did it.
Okay. My point is, did all the Sahaba agree and they chose one person, or did a group go aside into Saqifa and decide the Khilafat?
No, I'll make this point clear as well. I'm not talking about disputes. I'm talking about knowing the principle of how to select and who to select. None of them, according to them, the dispute...
No, they made this point. Ali ibn Abi Talib has made this point continuously in his speeches. If I showed you that Ali ibn Abi Talib has himself disputed that my right was taken, how would you see Ali ibn Abi Talib then?
I believe he has support, and he himself may have considered himself to be right.
Do you accept that?
Yes.
So I think my question is answered. If he himself holds the position that I had more right,